This is my best friend. Just got back from a long trip.
That just get weird?
Yes.
Kill him by 10 o'clock or you're dead too.
What do you want to do until then?
I could really party.
Get down with it.
Hey, no drugs at the bar.
It's a prescription. I got the hypertension.
I'm retired.
Nice work.
Get down with it.
It was intense. I threw up in my mouth.
Stand Up Guys, Radar, in theaters February 1st.
Closed captioning brought to you by ChristianMingle.com. Find God's match for you.
We would have never met if it wouldn't have been for Christian Mingle. We had a lot of things in common, but the Lord was the most important to me. Joining is easy and free at ChristianMingle.com.
Pennsylvania Avenue in the nation's capital, Pennsylvania Avenue, going from Capitol Hill to the White House. This is where the presidential motorcade will be. The president and the first lady, they will be leaving Capitol Hill momentarily. Right now, he's about to do a little review of the military troops up on Capitol Hill. Then they'll get in the motorcade and begin the parade down Pennsylvania Avenue. You'll see the president walking down these steps. That's where the military review will take place. He will salute the men and women of the United States military. Totally appropriate. I want to preview the parade because I'm excited myself, thinking about the marching bands, thinking about the floats. Aaron Burnett is right in the middle of it. Aaron, tell us what we're about to see.
Yeah, you know what, Wolf? There have been people waiting here. I was just talking to our photojournalist who was saying when he showed up this morning at 4:30 in the morning, there were already people who said they'd been here since 2:30 in the morning waiting at the security perimeter to get in. And obviously, Wolf, the reason is they're going to be very, very close to the president. They're all hoping that they get out and walk right around here on Pennsylvania Avenue at Freedom Plaza where we are. But we will see. But people are getting excited because obviously it's going to be happening pretty darn soon. Back to you.
Very soon, indeed. And I just, myself, I was up on Capitol Hill. Kate Baldwin and I were up there. And Kate, we drove down. We had a special escorted bus, a bunch of journalists.
Had our own float.
We were allowed to go down. We saw the parade route the way the president
we
will
did.
see the. And you were waving a little bit to folks along both sides.
I was waving. They did not know why I was waving at them. However, no, I didn't actually expect that we would actually go along.
I was waving a little bit.
Well, people know you. People
let's
still
go to
think you're
Robin
that
Beach.
girl.
She's right in the middle of what's going on. Robin, where are you?
So I'm at Pennsylvania Avenue and 7th, yes. And I'm with Ann Gerald and Alicia, and they're from Birmingham, Alabama, and they think the president should get out and walk here, and how could he miss those hats? How'd you come up with those hats?
We went to visit the Kennedy Center, and they had Alice in Wonderland. We liked the hats because they were like celebration hats, the top hats, and Abraham Lincoln, and we decided to put our famous buttons on there for President Obama.
So just like his speech, you guys also drew a line between Abraham Lincoln and your hats, and now the parade hats. All right, so back to you guys.
Lovely hats. And Robin, I like your hat. What do you think of Robin's hat?
I think Robin's hat is beautiful.
She's got a great hat, too. Robin, don't go too far away. Okay. All right, so Kate, describe a little bit, and I'll describe also what it was like to drive down Pennsylvania Avenue on this historic day.
I think we were probably one of the first large vehicles to come through, so people were actually quite excited, waving throngs and throngs of people. You saw American flags, you saw just old, young. It was really, really neat to see, and it felt for a moment like we were really special.
And if we didn't, we were special because we had that police escort. We had to get here. They did it for a bunch of journalists to move us from Capitol Hill here to the White House. Right behind us.
Right behind
the reviewing stand on the north lawn of the White House, and the White House right behind that. The president is going to be literally right behind us with the first lady, the daughters.
The first family.
They're going to be watching.
All of these people have been waiting here as well for a very long time. They've been. It almost feels like we're at a sporting event because I think I saw some people doing the wave. They're now doing cheers. I mean, they're all just trying to pump themselves up as well.
People are excited here. They're getting very excited. When we walked in, Jeffrey Toobin has been here for a while as well. Jeffrey, as you take a look at this situation, you appreciate what's going on.
Absolutely. And, we have Jimmy Carter to thank for a really wonderful modern tradition. He was the one who first got out of his car and started walking.
He walked the whole way.
Right.
He didn't get out of it. He just walked from Capitol Hill with Rosalind Carter, and they walked from Capitol Hill all the way to the White House.
Now, no one has done that since, but they have all, I believe with the exception of George W. Bush in 2001 when the weather was very bad, they all get out and walk. And it really is a chance to see the president. For people out here, at a pretty close level. It does make the security people somewhat nervous because even though Pennsylvania Avenue is a wide street, it's not that wide. And so if you're at the curb, you can see him very closely.
Christy Paul is right in the middle of what's going on. Christy, where are you?
Marine Corps.
Okay.
Coast Guard.
Okay.
These are the joint.
Hey, Christy, if you can hear me, where are you?
All right. Well, hey, I want to tell you about something that we noticed here. If you take a look down at not just security, as we've been talking about, but the 5 branches of the military have representatives that are out here from 9 o'clock in the morning until this parade will finish, and they do rotate. But with us is Captain Udine. Captain, thank you so much for being here. This has got to be such an honor, and we should point out that you're not here to be part of security, right?
Correct, ma'am. We're simply here to pay respect to the President of the United States.
So what is it like to stand out here? Tell me about the honor and how you're chosen.
For each of the service members, we're actually volunteering to do this, so it's definitely an honor for each and every single one of us doing this because we don't get the privilege of doing this every 4 years because our assignments are so short. So those of us that are able to be here, it's definitely an honor to see the President of the United States, honor him in being reelected as our Commander-in-Chief.
And when he comes down, what do you do?
When he comes down, we're going to be coming to position of attention and rendering a hand salute for the President of the United States.
And you rotate how often?
We're rotating every 20 to 30 minutes for each service member so they can warm up in a tent or in a designated building and come right back out here and maintain our position until the President comes back.
And how's everybody holding up? It hadn't been too bad today.
No, it hasn't. Thank God. The weather was projected to be a lot worse than it actually is. So we're very grateful, especially the sun is out now. So we're very excited about it.
Oh, Captain Udine, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for your service to you and to all of the service members out here. Again, they're interspersed, as you see, with all the security detail that's out here as well. But all of the service members here are from the D.C. area. And I know you can hear the music there, too. The announcer has been getting everybody here ready for the last probably half hour. He started at one end, and the crowd's here because we're toward the end of the parade route. We can see the presidential area where the President and Mrs. Obama, First Lady, are going to stop with the Vice President, and they're going to be sitting right down, probably about 50 yards from us. But they've all been doing the wave because they're all the crowds here are saying, hey, we're going to be the loudest. So the announcer's been egging everybody on. You just happened to catch us at a time when they stopped, but that's okay because if they had kept going, you wouldn't be able to hear me anyway, Wolf.
We would hear you because you got a good, strong microphone over there. We're sitting right across from that reviewing stand. We're anxious to see the President and the First Lady. They'll show up here. We'll see what's going on together with them. Don Lemon is right in the middle of the action as well. Don, where are you?
You see me, Wolf? I'm waving at you. There's a jib way on the other side of the street on the balcony of the museum. I'm on the other side of Pennsylvania Avenue. Hey, everybody, wave to Wolf Blitzer. Say hello. Say hi, Wolf. Wolf, I had people here from Stone Mountain near me where I live in Atlanta. Say hi.
Hello.
How long have you been here?
Since Saturday.
Since Saturday. You enjoying it?
I am.
The weather turned out to be warmer than you thought,
It did.
right?
I brought it from the South.
And you're from my hometown?
That's right. Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I got some folks here from St. Louis. St. Louis in the house. This is such a cool, Mississippi's in the house as well, such a cool shot, Wolf, that we have here from the museum. We can basically go all the way up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. The Capitol's that way. The entire parade route is 1.5 miles that goes that way. And this is Sante and Thurman. Turn this way towards the camera so they can see you. You guys have been here. You're from L.A.
Yes.
And you've been here?
Since Saturday.
Since Saturday.
Yeah.
How long have you been out here?
Since at least 12:30.
So are you hoping the President and the First Lady will get out
Of
right
course.
here? Yeah?
Of course.
Are you going to try to shake their hands?
I'll take a head nod or anything I can get.
Yeah. Are you a woman of fashion as well, like the First Lady?
Not as fashionable as she
Not as
is.
fashion-
She's amazing.
What did you think of her outfit?
Oh my gosh, it was totally amazing.
And the bangs?
The bangs are it.
Yeah.
2013 style of the year.
Can you believe how big the girls are? I mean, they are so tall now. We've watched them grow up.
They're getting big. Yeah,
getting big.
Very proud of them.
Yeah. So where are you guys from?
Boston, Massachusetts.
We're all over. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. It's so loud out here. But, Wolf, I'm going to walk over here behind the tree, so I'm going to be out of range for a little bit. But listen, again, this goes all the way down. Last time, 4 years ago, they got out a little bit further down, closer to Freedom Plaza to where you are. But right here when they got towards the museum, the crowds were really loud, and they were egging them on to get out of the car, to get out of the limo. they didn't. There's a reviewing stand over here as we make our way down. Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Good to see you. Where are you from?
Washington, D.C., 10 blocks from the White House.
10 blocks. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And we have members, too, of our armed forces who are out here. Again, another reviewing stand right here, Wolf. It's so loud I can't hear the director, but I think you guys are saying toss back to you. But we will be here. We are hoping that the President and the First Lady will get out here. And if they do, we'll be here, Wolf. Back to you.
Don Lemon, he's got a lot of friends over there on Pennsylvania Avenue near the museum. You see the Vice President, Dr. Jill Biden. They're going through the rotunda now. They'll be going outside together with the President, the First Lady, the Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leaders as well. They're going to be walking down those stairs, and they're going to be reviewing the troops, in effect saluting the troops, saying thank you so much for everything the men and women of the United States military do. This is the last official act, Jeffrey Toobin, that the President and the First Lady will do before they get into the motorcade, the presidential limo, to take them on that route down Pennsylvania Avenue from the Capitol all the way over to the White House. And for those people who know Washington, they're going to go down Pennsylvania Avenue. They'll make a right turn at 15th Street. They'll go up 15th Street, then make a left. They'll come up to where we are right here, this reviewing stand here on the north lawn of the White House.
You know, when President Kennedy made this trip in 1961, he was so appalled by the conditions along the way, that the buildings were falling down. He actually said, we have to get this area improved, and it took a long time. Daniel Patrick Moynihan was later the senator from New York. He was responsible for trying to revive Pennsylvania Avenue, and it is so different and so much improved than it was much earlier. But it was an inaugural parade that had very significant effect.
Here they come, the President and the First Lady. They're pretty happy right now. They're going through Statuary Hall. They're going to be walking down the stairs, saluting the men and women of the United States military. And as they do that, let's remember, Kate, that there are still almost 70,000, about 65,000 U.S. troops still serving in Afghanistan right now. All U.S. troops are out of Iraq, but there are still about 65,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan, all of them in harm's way. All U.S. troops are supposed to be out of Afghanistan by the end of 2014. Maybe they could accelerate that withdrawal a little bit. But as the President and the First Lady, they go down these stairs, let's remember those men and women who remain in harm's way in Afghanistan and elsewhere around the world. There's still a lot of serious issues throughout North Africa, the Middle East, in Asia. It's still about 30,000 U.S. troops along the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, between North and South Korea as well. And so let's not forget those troops as we watch what's going on.
We're reminded of it almost every day as we see in the headlines that we cover of what a dangerous world this is and how our troops are protecting us. As we're awaiting the President and the First Lady, as well as Joe Biden, the Vice President, Dr. Biden, to review the military and then get into their cars to start the fun, as we like to say. Jeffrey, I wanted to ask you your thoughts on the oath this time around.
You know, it was Chief Justice fondest hope. He's not the story today. It was a flawless performance on his part.
They did a really good job. Anderson, they're going to be moving down Pennsylvania Avenue toward you guys. You might even be able to look to your right a little bit, and you might see the parade, the floats, the bands, and the President going out.
That's right. And our Dana Bash is with Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta while President Obama is about to review the troops. Let's actually take a look and just listen.